So, the root cause of most violence in society is our inability to recognize psychopaths. The reality of having these individuals loose in society can challenge all kinds of fundamental questions about modern life. One response is denial. Our psychological defenses kick in. Denial is probably our most primitive defense, and it's also part of the cause and effect of relationship violence. Denial plays a major role in the psychology of the abuser and the initial reaction of the abused. And then there's overwhelm. When we get overwhelmed, we just shut down. So what some of us do is deny what we're experiencing or seeing and cling to our paradigm. This is natural. This is an attempt for us to keep our head together so we can function in the world. Plus, it's easier to deny something than it is to face it. It's also easier not to get involved. When it happens to you, however, or someone close to you, that retreat into denial doesn't hold up very long. And once your denial crumbles, there's fight, flight, or surrender. Now, at some point, some of us decide to look at it. And what we see is a reality that's a heartbreaking disparity between what we thought we chose and what we're really facing. This is a very personal reckoning, and it takes enormous courage. And then, most of us wind up getting deeper into the quicksand because we struggle against this counterintuitive reality with experience, logic, intelligence, and intuition. But what we find is that that doesn't work. It doesn't help us at all. In fact, it usually makes things worse. What we don't yet realize is that what we're dealing with is something for which we have no organic understanding. And this is when a lot of women turn to family, friends, and experts who are well-meaning but uninformed. And they get advice that puts them in even more danger. And this is because what works in a normal relationship does not work in an abusive one. If you're in trouble and you need advice, don't waste your money or risk your life with someone who is not specialized in abusive relationships. Now, let's get back to resistance. If you think about your personal perspective as your mental home, you'd probably do anything to defend it. Most people would. And I think that's what's going on with the public at large. It's like they don't want to be messed with. They're busy, they're comfortable, they don't want to be burdened with having to consider something so dark and so upsetting. I mean, relationship violence and interpersonal abuse in the extreme is so bad it is incomprehensible to the uninitiated. Everybody has their own struggle. And for many people, it's economic right now. What the public doesn't realize is that the keys to understanding the root cause of what's happening on Wall Street right now are here, inside the principles of relationship violence. Now, for some of us, something happens. It happens to you or someone you know. And that event opens a door in your mind. People respond to a heavy truth in different ways. Some people react viscerally, like they've been slapped in the face. Some people react mentally. They have to go away and think about it. Some people react emotionally. They either get it or they don't. Another way of saying this is that empirically minded people will consider the evidence and, if convinced, change their mind. Paradigmatic people will cling to their beliefs and their paradigm regardless of the evidence. Fearful people will react similarly, but their refusal to believe is because they can't bear it. But whatever the reaction, looking into this is like opening Pandora's box. It challenges some very fundamental beliefs about the world we live in and the lives we can lead in it. The consequences are enormous. They're personal and they're social. I think the most constructive way to deal with the truth about the pervasiveness of relationship violence is to search for solutions. Prevention and restoration are two solutions. A wise person once said, "Sometimes to be the person you think you are, you have to face things that are not as you thought they were." Relationship violence is real. It is widespread, it is increasing, it is serious, and it is largely hidden from view. It happens to some of the most worthwhile people on the planet. Right now, it's taking down over 1/3 of females from the ages of 14 up, and over 1/10 of males. And that's just what's been reported. It's also harming millions of children and animals. The good news is, it's highly predictable and highly preventable once you learn its hallmarks. Relationships are unique, but the warning signs are universal. It is specialized knowledge, but it's been decoded and it can be learned. It will raise the bar on all your relationships, and it will expand your understanding of your world in ways that can serve you for the rest of your life. There's more information about prevention at relationshipredflags.com, and there's information about restoration at comingbackbetter.com. I hope this video serves you. Thanks for watching.